I didn't even record none of that. Welcome back to my channel. It's Deanna Simone, and today we're in episode 10 of our plyometric journey. We finally made it. I've gone through almost 12, 14 weeks of training plyometrics, learning to be more athletic and build more balance and coordination, right? Looking back, it's so crazy to notice how far I've come. Even looking back to when I first started my fitness journey, right? Just think about when you first started your fitness journey and the expectations you had, the aspirations you had, those goals that you wanted to achieve. So looking back on my first week all the way till now, I've made so many improvements, and I've also been able to challenge myself and also overcome them. And the reason I wanted to start a plyometric journey is because I'm 34 now. We're dealing more with daily life tasks, unpredictable moments, that we have to learn to balance, right? So learning more about plyometrics, I felt like this would be beneficial to my everyday life, whether that meant picking up groceries, closing trunk doors, jumping off a curb, walking up the steps, jumping down the steps, picking up my nieces, putting down my nieces, all those unpredictable moments that we have. I feel like plyometrics is a great benefit in aiding you and helping you move about your everyday confidently, right? Also, I would say it's always been a dream to feel and look more athletic. When I look back in my earlier years and noticing how athletic I was, but also seeing others who are athletic, even today, noticing athletes who are agile, they move with explosiveness. That's something I always wanted to obtain. So I felt like, why not start now? This is going to be so beneficial for me now and also in the future. And also share how I'm able to become superhuman and show you guys the process in which I do it, right? Show you guys my perspective and how I'm doing it. And I think plyometrics is a great way to start, especially with like jumping rope as my beginner stage, because I did like 30-day challenges where I would just jump rope. So like standing here now at week 10, I feel more confident in my movements. I feel more confident mentally and also physically, right? Where I'm able to get through daily tasks easier. I'm able to overcome unpredictable moments. I'm able to adapt easier to those moments, right? And I feel like this is so beneficial in our 30-something-year-old selves, right? Because we're dealing with so much, we're doing so much, so we want to be able to keep up, right? And I think how important fitness is, just not just like on the outside and physically, but also how you feel on the inside, how confident it makes you, also how it makes you move in your everyday life, how you're able to be more productive, also be able to challenge yourself, but also be able to be good at problem solving. I feel like this is all wrapped up in one. And so in today's episode, I'm reflecting on how far I've come, the challenges I've faced, and what's next, because this journey is just beginning. I feel like every program I've started, every series I've started, every program I finished, and every series I finish, I feel like it's always another beginning to another part of my fitness journey. It's like different phases. So that's why I love documenting it and also sharing this with you all, because at some point I feel like we're always a beginner. So for me to keep sharing and sharing my perspective and showing you guys how I do it, I think makes it inspirational for others to start their fitness journey or try that one thing for the first time, right? So let's talk about where I started. Week 1, I was excited but also nervous. I had my program mapped out, right? But in the gym, I wasn't that confident. We have new movements and new challenges. It always takes a little time to feel solid with a new training style. I think that's something I'm learning also with becoming a physical trainer, right? But also training myself, feeling more confident in yourself when you're starting fitness routines or when you're building a new routine for yourself. I think also we have to try some things, see what works and what doesn't work. I think in the beginning I had certain workouts in my plyometric journey that I thought would fit, but once I got into the gym, I realized they maybe didn't make sense, or I didn't see how it was beneficial to helping me progress in my plyometric exercises and movements, right? So I would swap those out. I learned more about unilateral movements and how it would help improve my plyometrics, because more unilateral movements like Bulgarian split squats and also step ups, you're building more strength in your legs individually. So I'm able to focus on each leg independently, and I think that helped with my progress during this journey. Also, learning more about ankle mobility and how important it was, right? We'll get more into like why I had to take a step back and really learn more about ankle mobility and stuff, but these are the things I had to learn, and I'm so excited to share this with you all. So one of the biggest struggles was muscle imbalances, right? My left side was noticeably weaker than my right side, which made exercises like split squat jumps and also split squats a real struggle. Those first few weeks were very humbling. It was many times I wanted to quit, but we gotta keep going. But the moment I knew I was actually making progress was when I finally hit 40 pounds on the Bulgarian split squats. That was huge for me, right? I've always struggled with progressing consistently. So hitting that number meant I was building that strength and control I needed to finally feel explosive in my jumps. Learning more about being consistent, right? Being consistent in every aspect, whether that's your eating habits, whether that's going to the gym every day, but also being consistent and tracking your progress. I think that's a big thing, and I think a lot of times we miss that. I had moments of laziness where I wasn't tracking my progress, so when I came back into the gym, I wasn't sure even how much weight I should be lifting that week. That should have probably been a week where I went up 10%, but I didn't. So for 3 weeks, I would be like at a plateau because I was lifting the same weight for the last 3-4 weeks. So those are some things that you really want to pay attention to and find ways to track it, whether that's writing it down, putting a note in your Apple Notes, also recording it, going back and looking at that footage and realizing how much weight that you were lifting, so you're able to implement what needs to be implemented the next day in the gym or the next week in the gym, right? So the physical progress was undeniable. Stronger legs, better endurance, even some unexpected upper body gains, right? More control in my landings and also better balance. Also with jump squats and split squat jumps, I don't feel like they're impossible anymore through all the consistency. But what really surprised me was the mental shift that I had. I started trusting myself more. I wasn't second guessing my movements. I was just moving with intention. But let me tell you, I just gained way more confidence in my movements, which was a big leap for me, and it was a big change because that helped me gain more confidence in my everyday life and my everyday movements. Plyometric training wasn't just about jumping higher, right? It's about everyday movement, easier climbs like walking up the stairs, even picking up my nieces, right? I also moving quickly without feeling exhausted. That might have been the biggest flex. It's the little things, the functional strength, the confidence, the endurance that made this journey well worth it. So if I could go back and tell myself something in week one, tell my week one self something, it would be the importance of ankle mobility. That really matters. So I realized I underestimated how ankle mobility would impact my strength and also my power, right? Ankle mobility helps you create better balance and strength. Doing workouts like ankle rockers, I was doing deep lunges also, where I would rotate my shins inward to dig a little deeper with my ankle mobility, right? Also, a little bit more flexible, where I felt like I was even jumping higher during my split squat, the rare split squat jumps, especially my regular split squat jumps, right? But in the beginning, not doing ankle mobility, I wasn't moving optimally, right? But now I feel like I move optimally. I feel like I have less soreness in my legs just because I'm focusing on ankle mobility in every leg day routine, which is like 3 days a week for myself. And then on the weekend, on Saturday or Sunday, I would do the Stairmaster, and then after that, do more mobility work. Really focusing in on my ankles, right? I think in this current program I'm on now, I'm focusing more so on my hamstrings this time. Fixing my ankle mobility helped every single movement feel even better. I also learned that discipline is everything. There were days I didn't feel like training, days when progress felt slow, but I kept going, and that's what made the difference. Consistency will always win. I'll say that over and over again. It's really hard. It's going to be tough some days, but those are probably your most important days because you're really telling yourself how much you want it, right? So when it comes to this program, I felt like I've seen a lot more progress in my everyday movements, and my stamina, and my agility. Now, do I feel superhuman? I still feel like I have some ways to go. I think when you decide that you want to live better, look better, and feel better, being superhuman strength, superhuman power, superhuman explosiveness, it's always a journey. It's always more things you can learn. That's why I love being in a fitness journey, right? Because I'm constantly progressing. So do I feel superhuman? I think I do. Do I think that is the most superhuman I can feel? No. I feel like I have a lot of more things to learn and do and progress in. And I think this was just the foundation. Creating stability, working on balance, working on mobility were like the foundation to power, strength, agility, right? Hitting that maximum strength, being able to explode and be more explosive. We have to start off with the basics first. So I don't think I'm stopping here when it comes to plyometrics. I do want to move forward with it, but my next goal will be progressing my split squat jump and also experimenting with new plyometric variations. I want to push my limits, right? Get even more explosive and see how far I can take this. Plyometrics are officially a permanent part of my training, and if you've been following me for a while, you kind of already realized this. I did the plyometric journey about a year ago, but that was me progressing in my plyometrics. I had workouts in there that I didn't have in this program because I've elevated, I've learned more. So if you want to go back and watch that series, you definitely can, and you can see the progress and progression. I think I even look different, right? In the future, I want to be more explosive. I want to be stronger. I want to build that foundation. So my next program is going to be focused more so on stability, which comes with like balance and core, right? I haven't worked on core in so long. And then also strength. And then I think after that, I'll get back into my plyometric journey and try more advanced techniques, advanced exercises, because I took a step back and worked on more foundational techniques to help get me there. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe. I have a brand new series coming for you soon. I think that one will be more of a daily vlog after this plyometric series. And here, you're going to be getting daily vlogs. You're going to be getting a weekly vlog, but also the behind the scenes as to how I'm making this series, and also gym workouts, right? More of like an in my life, and then after that, I'll work on my new series. So I think that's going to be a pattern for me. I'm kind of sharing, the way I'm sharing this with you now is what I hope that series will be about. It's like me telling you like, yo, this is how I do it. This is why I'm doing it, right? And then ways in which I'm doing it. Like, I feel like I have a pattern. I love patterns. So it's like informal series, weekly vlogs, daily life, informal series, weekly vlogs, and daily life. I think that's what I want to do. So happy you guys stay tuned. I had to take a little break because my camera died, and then my SD card got full, and then I was okay, wow, all that exports, I washed my hair. So I washed my hair in the meantime. So I think we did a good job. I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you subscribe, and I hope this video was helpful. It was really short, but I kind of just wanted to get to the point as to whether this impacted me a lot, and I think it has. So I'll see you guys in the next video.
As I get a little older, I realize life is perspective, and my perspective may differ from yours. I want to say thank you to everyone that's been down with me. All my fans, all my beautiful fans.